Come on in. How are you?
Good, thank you.
Good. Glad we got this set up and you were able to come in and tell me a little bit more about the solar.
Well, I know we spoke recently at the UGA Energy and Environmental Symposium, but here's my business card.
Okay, great. Thank you.
We have 20 minutes today, right?
Absolutely.
I don't know if you had the chance to look over the agenda I emailed you yesterday, but I brought a hard copy with me.
Okay, great.
If you'd like us to review.
Yeah, that's perfect with me.
So first up, I wanted to start off by talking about American Pipe Construction, Inc. and your current situation in CRM software. From then, we can determine if Salesforce is able to meet those needs, and then we can move on to a live product demonstration.
Okay.
And after that, we can finally close out.
Sounds great.
Is there anything else you would like to add to the agenda?
No, I think everything's good.
Anyone else you'd like to add to this meeting?
No, I think me and you is good right now.
Sounds good. I'm just going to be starting out today by asking a couple questions.
Okay,
so that's okay.
Absolutely.
Even though I've already been asking questions. So tell me a little bit about your salespeople and how they log and track sales on an individual basis.
Okay, so that's one of our problems actually right now is our regional locations use different CRM software. So like the methods of tracking aren't very uniform for everyone. So that's been one of our biggest problems that we haven't had like a unified group and a unified way of doing things.
Okay. It must be difficult for your sales managers to keep track of all those different formats.
So it's very, very hard to keep track of, and there's been multiple occasions where salespeople haven't coordinated well in regards to complex issues and orders and shipping issues and things of that nature.
So that all, so you're saying your lack of a standardized CRM format is affecting your speed in fixing client
Absolutely.
problems.
That's definitely one of our biggest problems right now that we're trying to fix.
Okay. Before we met today, I talked to one of your salespeople out of Baton Rouge, Jerry, about some of the issues that they come up with there in their day-to-day business and doing things. One of the main issues was in a situation where a manager had to be brought in to solve a problem. Some of the response time was slow for your customers.
Yes, that's something we've definitely seen.
Because of that, do you experience any logistical or communications inefficiencies between management and salespeople in diagnosing a client's issue?
Yeah, it's definitely been, like I said, one of our big problems. We don't have great time management in terms of fixing their issues in a timely manner. So many times a new manager has to be brought in and filled in on the situation before we can take action. So, like I said, it definitely hurts our time in that sense.
That must be very time intensive to get done through a conference call or an email.
Absolutely.
Especially if your manager and sales rep are separated geographically. You'll also have a financial impact if you have to fly your manager out to get a hands-on feel for the situation. But to be honest, this seems like a major barrier in your communication that seems to already have affected your customer satisfaction.
Oh yes, definitely. Our customers have, in the end, we always feel like we can fix their issues, but in the timely manner that they want, sometimes that doesn't really happen. So it may cause us to lose accounts in some sense, and also like they may not be as satisfied as they possibly could be.
So you're saying that these delays of responding to customer issues are hurting your business?
Oh, absolutely. They are in terms of, while we may not always lose those clients, we do have a decreased satisfaction level.
We spoke on how there's an issue with your customer response time when a complex problem arises and a sales manager must be filled in. With having a system of management where where all regions and salespeople could be viewed on the same platform, and that your salespeople could log and track all their order information, client information as well, in real time, would that improve your ability to react to customer complaints?
Yeah, we definitely agree that if we could keep all our sales reps and their client information together, it would be very, very helpful. That way you could keep up to date with everyone. You could also be able to respond immediately. Like I said, that's been one of our biggest problems is our response time in terms of these things.
Of course. All right, so moving on, I did some research into your company's financials and found that you had $98 billion in total sales in 2017, and you're trending towards $109 billion in 2018.
Yes.
Those are fantastic numbers.
Yes, they've been awesome. Our company's making a big effort to grow, and we look to increase the number of potential buyers throughout the years.
So considering that recent and projected growth over the next 4 years, it's clear that your company is actively seeking new opportunities to grow and expand their customer base. With this increase of sales opportunities that you're facing.
Absolutely.
When sorting through those potential new customers, have any of your sales reps expressed difficulty in selecting which opportunities are the most profitable or most successful?
Yeah, that's definitely been a problem for us in terms of actually seeing which ones are profitable and not. So yes, I would definitely say that's true.
With the influx of the new potential customers, it seems to me that your salespeople are having trouble with organizing all these new opportunities. Mm-hmm. Do you think this caused your salespeople to waste more of their time pursuing dead ends and less time pursuing more profitable?
Yeah, that would definitely be one of our problems. We would say is that our salespeople are spending worthless hours tracking down dead end leads, I guess you would say, instead of going after the profitable ones. So yeah, definitely.
That must be frustrating to put all that work in for nothing.
Mm-hmm.
How do you think that affects your overall profitability of your sales reps?
Yeah, it's definitely a worst case scenario in terms of their time and money we're losing, in terms of losing orders that we possibly could be making for no return and in the dead end sales I've been talking about. And that time could be used in much better ways, like with other buyers who are actually interested in making a deal. So it's definitely something we've been trying to avoid.
Of course. If your sales rep had a way to keep track of and compare these new opportunities, do you think that would help to improve efficiency in pursuing the best leads?
Yeah, I'd definitely say that would be helpful. Our sales reps compare and pursue opportunities that they know have a high probability of success, and in turn they would cut down those times of going after sales that aren't going to be successful. So I feel like it could definitely boost our sales for sure.
Okay. Do you think you could give me an estimation of that boost in sales if we could minimize the number of unlikely buyers that you are?
Yeah, I mean, as we talked about, it's definitely we spend a great deal of time going after buyers that seem to not be profitable. So I could definitely see upwards of 15% in terms of sales.
Okay. Well, I mean, considering your projected sales of $109 billion this year, that would mean within the next year of implementation, you could possibly make around $16 billion in additional sales.
That was a big increase.
And that's not taking into account your forecasted 4 to 6% growth.
Okay, wow, that's definitely something to take into account.
Mm-hmm. All right. Another thing that Jerry mentioned in our call was there were some difficulties in interdepartmental communication between your sales and your manufacturing departments. In regards to sales orders, I was just wondering if you could elaborate on that process.
So as of right now, in order for orders to be obtained, you have to send an email from the sales rep to the manufacturing department. And if an error occurs in that process, it could definitely be either a lost email or a delayed response time. So those two departments aren't able to properly get in touch with each other all the time. Of
course. That sounds like a slow, time-consuming process to have to wait on a string of emails to actually start on your work. Especially when you consider some of your sales offices are located countries or even time zones away from your manufacturing plants that they source their pipes from, such as your sales office in Istanbul. If you had to put a number on it, how many factory and sales hours a week would you say are wasted waiting for updates from one department to another?
Yeah, like you said, in terms of the different, us being a global company, we do have departments in various parts of the world, like you said, time zones. So when accounting for that, I would have to say also upwards of 15 hours a week probably in terms of just figuring things out in terms of delays that have occurred that are likely avoidable.
Well, those hours are delays in the process that increase your sale to delivery time. It takes away time from your sales rep to pursue better opportunities. It also increases your costs when your factories have to stay open, but they cannot proceed. I brought some data in from my clients who are also in the pipeline construction industry that are experience some similar industries with their sales and manufacturing. Looking at the first year of implementing Salesforce, clients report to about 10 hours a week of wasted time that is now used efficiently. given that time back to work on other things, how do you think that will impact your salespeople?
It's definitely a sizable portion of time wasted, so it would eliminate inefficiency and hopefully speed up the product delivery time.
Mm-hmm. Well, according to my research, the cost of operating your factory are about $1,000 per hour, along with the wages of your salespeople being about $25.
Mm-hmm.
So 10 hours a week and 52 weeks in a year, you'd be saving around $533,000 in costs, and also giving your salespeople about 10 hours a week back to pursue these better opportunities.
Okay, well, that's definitely a sizable amount of time and money.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I think I have everything I need now. We discussed decreasing response time for customer complaints, better organization of possible leads for your sales reps, and streamlining interdepartmental communications.
Okay.
I think now that we can move on to a live product demonstration, now that I better understand all your issues, so I can demonstrate some of the benefits that Salesforce would provide.
Okay, great. Awesome.
Come
around. That's perfect. Love to see it working in real time.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So, let me just do that. Alright. In regards to decreasing response time for customer complaints, so here, if you go to accounts and you click on it, all levels of sales management are able to see the client's individual information. So from top to bottom, your sales team can be informed and up to date on each account. Also, with our Path tool, you'll be able to view and track your sales rep's progress on the sale and follow what steps they've taken throughout the entire process.
Okay, awesome.
So you'll be able to track them and keep tabs on your salespeople. That way, if there's an issue or problem arises with one of your accounts, you and your managers will be equipped to handle the situation immediately. I believe that the benefit here is that your customer satisfaction will rise with quicker resolution of issues.
Yeah, definitely. It looks like a great deal of time could be saved in terms of this, and what you've shown me. Like we said, everything seems to be a little bit disconjointed, and it can increase the transparency from one group to another. So what you're showing me definitely looks like something we could use.
On to the second problem that we talked about, where your salespeople are having some trouble organizing all their new sales opportunities. I believe that our Kanban view function could help mitigate the problem. With the Kanban sales reps are able to view all their opportunities on one page. And you can rank and filter them by different variables, such as amount, expected revenue, or even probability of success. It also tracks each sale through the stages of the sale, so you can keep up to date where your sales reps are in each process of the sale. So you'll know when to follow up and talk and go through these. Lastly, in terms of the problems, you brought up earlier how time and wages are wasted, waiting for updates from different departments. I think that the Salesforce platform is perfect for this because we have a chatter function where you can live chat with any individual in your company on the Salesforce platform while looking at the same order, tracking and errors. So you can work off the same page and be on the same page in real time, rather than having to email and then look back through your emails and waste time in that fashion.
Absolutely. But yeah, that looks, like I said, that looks awesome in terms of what you said. The response time for us is something that's definitely a downfall. So having all this on one page that we can easily transport from people to people is very important to us. But yeah, so that everything you've shown me looks good. I've really enjoyed seeing everything. So anything else you'd like to show or?
No, I think that about wraps it up.
Okay.
I think just the 3 benefits that, like just to outline them one more time so you can know exactly how these benefits address the problems that we faced. For the first one of, sorry, I'm all over the place. So for decreasing response time for customer issues, we are going to increase customer satisfaction by decreasing their response time and increasing transparency on all levels of your sales.
Okay.
In terms of organization for your salespeople, we talked about how organization can lead to at least a 15% boost in sales, which can lead to about $16 billion gain. And also, lastly, saving time in terms of streamlining communications between your departments. You could save about $533,000 and give your salespeople back to about 10%. 10 hours of time each week.
Absolutely. Yeah, so everything you've shown looks great. The numbers really stick out, but I've got to say, like, it's the product just is all you're bringing back. It seems like the cost will be very high.
Well, yeah, price is always an issue that must be addressed in these meetings, and that's why I wanted to meet with you, discuss the situation, and get a grasp of the problems that your company is facing. So for about a company of your size with type of business and the amount of salespeople we'll be facing, I think the cost will be around $5 million.
Okay.
But that compared to the benefits that I just laid out, I think that the benefits far outweigh the cost in the long run.
Yeah, it definitely looks right to me in terms of looking at things side by side. It definitely seems like the benefits do, in fact, outweigh the cost.
Okay, so we're just about at the end of our time now, I think. And I just wanted to see how you feel about the product and what you wanted to do moving forward.
Yeah, so moving forward, I wouldn't be able to cut a deal here right now, so I definitely have to consult with some other people. I'd have to consult with the board in terms of what they believe in terms of the product, because it is, like you said, it is a big cost in terms of doing things. So I'm definitely interested in moving forward with meeting with them, and hopefully you can come next time and tell it to them as well.
Okay, yeah, that's completely understandable. I'd love it if we could set up a meeting in the next 2 weeks with the board so I could demonstrate the benefits like I've demonstrated today so they could understand, get a better grasp.
Yeah, I would say if you could do like same time, same place next week, I feel like it'd be good for us to meet again.
All right, perfect.
All right,
Thank
great.
you, sir.
Thank you. Have a good one.